Another one.
What's going on, college football fans? Wake up! Saturday morning back in effect with the guys. It's one half of A House Divided. Your resident Michigan fan, Marcus. We got the guys, Johnny, Maniac, Josh, Maze. We ready to go? I hope you are. Let's talk to the people before we kick in real quick. We'll talk about a few things. Big picture. We got a lot of things coming up today. Big matchups in the Big 10, Big 12, SEC. Really deciding crossroad games coming up. We'll take a look at the top 25, see where everybody's at. Of course, we'll get into the game of the week this week and see where everybody's picking there. We'll try to knock Josh off his throne so he can stop bragging about that.
I think everybody's like 2 games behind me, but
yeah, I don't want to hear that. It'll even out. It's going to even out. Mark my words.
Okay.
Mark my words.
okay.
Man, Johnny, what's up, man? How you doing this Saturday?
What's good? What's good? Besides Ben's Field Pet Hospital making me mad. Besides that, I'm all right. We're gonna get to these games. You know, another week of college football. I mean, what can be better? What's better than that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Maniac, what up? You're
Muted.
You mute. Come on, bro. Come on. You making us look like boomers.
You still
muted.
He's still going.
Okay. Good morning, my brothers, football fans across America. Wake up. It's college football. Unfortunately, this is the last Saturday of October. We will be in November next week, guys. As fast as the season comes, as fast as it goes, man. Just enjoy the ride, man. I love you all.
Absolutely. Josh, on a bye week this week, huh? Just chilling. I ain't got no skin in the game this week. What's up?
The sweats on. If Sharon Moore can wear the jacket to show that he's tough, I can wear the sweats to let y'all know that I'm comfortable. You know what I mean? Comfortable in my position.
Okay. Yeah.
You feel me?
Okay.
Yeah, no, definitely excited for this week. Maniac said, unfortunately, November is here. I say, fortunately, November is here because we about to get some good college football in this month. So I'm ready.
Absolutely. Big matchups, big time matchups. Maze, talk to the people. What's going on?
What's good? I'm upset. First of all, let me tell y'all, when Maniac was muted, he spit like the first big pun verse, the Dead in the Little Italy. You know, he spit that. Also, November is not the month for Josh. Don't let him fool you. He knows what happens at the end of this month. They are not looking forward to that, but I'm looking forward to talking to the people. Let's get it.
November.
Little
And
early
for the record,
rivalry smoke.
Marcus, but before you get it started,
Go ahead.
for the record, I mentioned unfortunately because the season is done, man. I love college football, but yes, if we talking about football, November's the month, baby, the finish line, and I can't wait, baby.
Facts.
Absolutely. All right, let's talk a little bit of housekeeping. Last week, help me out. What was game of the week? What did we have?
Georgia, Ole Miss.
Let's start there. Last week's game of the week. So, Georgia, really a what do they call them? The cardiac cats is what they looking like now. You know, less bulldogs and more cardiac cats, because it's like they need to get bludgeoned. They're like Rocky. They need to get hit in the face several times before they wake up and start playing ball and start looking like Georgia. We got more of the same of that last week. It's kind of what I saw. They needed to get down and really see some adversity before they could actually start playing how you expect to see them playing, at least this team.
Yeah.
Johnny, what you see?
Oh man, I tried to pick Lane Kiffin going against my good judgment, telling me don't pick this bonehead, don't pick this screw up, don't pick him. I'm like, yeah, okay, let me be different. Dare to be different.
Let me be different.
I got burned by Lane Kiffin. No pause. We talking football. So
Johnny got me too.
So he
Hey,
got
yo.
me. He got me. And I knew Kirby. I don't like to pick against Kirby Smart. So what happened, you know, Georgia, this is the thing. Georgia, quiet is kept. They becoming real battle tested. They becoming real battle tested, and they're getting used to being in these types of games. Just for the future, you know, people that think their team is unstoppable, y'all ain't battle tested. They pretty battle tested. I'm gonna leave it there.
Yeah.
I think, Johnny, I think you sent some blankies to somebody, but we gonna just keep it as that. Yeah, you know, Georgia, see, the way they've been playing, man, it's a good and a bad, right? It's good because they battle tested. It's good because they know how to come back from 2 scores down on the road. They did it with Tennessee. At home, they did it with Ole Miss. But what can eventually be you know, an Achilles heel for them is that the better teams in the playoffs won't let up. If they up 14 zip against Georgia, that might be all she wrote for them. But we'll see. They know how to win. Like I said, some teams, they're not bad. They just don't know how to win. Georgia knows how to win. So, yes, is this your typical dominant Georgia team? Absolutely not. But coaching matters. And Kirby Smart is the reason this team is where they at. If this is any other coach in the country, they probably got 3 losses by now.
That's a fact. That is a fact. Josh, what'd you see?
So, first of all, I called another game of the week because I got some information about Lane Kiffin that he might be going to Florida a little early. So, you know, I felt like, you know, maybe I'll go with Georgia this time. No, I got a take about the SEC that I'm going to get off in the first SEC game that we talk about this week, but I'm going to hold off until we talk about that game because what is the SEC?
Ooh.
I'll talk about it.
They're going to get mad.
Let's talk
They're going
about
to get mad.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Maze.
Yeah, for me, I just think Georgia, like Johnny and Maniac brought up, they are battle tested. However, I do feel like they've been the recipient of a couple referee stimulus packages too.
The phantom timeout.
Absolutely, phantom timeouts. They've gotten some calls at some opportune times, just to say the least. But that said, Kirby Smart is a great coach. You know, this team is gonna be good. They got talent all over the place. But you know, I don't necessarily think they're the threat that some other people may think they are.
For sure. Give me a second here. I'm trying to pull up the top 25. Any stories in the top 25 last week that well, I mean, obviously Miami. You can't get out of here without talking about that. That was a travesty of a game last Friday night. Just watching them not throw their season down the toilet, but just being Mario Cristobal in the game. You know, just doing Mario Cristobal things.
Let me ask you guys. Let me ask the panel this: Is
Yes,
it
sir.
me or Carson Beck always looks high, bro? That dude looks zooted. Just look at his eyes. I think he good on that good Miami icky. That dude got the low.
Hey, he wanted to be in Miami for a reason. You feel me? We got to get comfortable.
I'm just saying. My observation.
Yeah, no, I mean he definitely looked away throwing. What was it? 3 interceptions? 4 interceptions. My God.
Yeah.
And it's not just alarming for that game. Like I said, that's one game they were previously undefeated, top 5 team, but it's how that projects going forward. You know, like what does that look like in the ACC championship game if you make it? What does that look like in a playoff setting, right, where the stakes are much higher? It always felt like to me, just like when they had Cam Ward, that the seams were ready to kind of come off of that team. Even though they show a lot of great early season success, it just felt like, you know what it was? I watched Cristobal get that type of success at Oregon, right? Come out, beat Ohio State at Ohio State, got all the hype in the world. Now, only thing you got to do is close out and win the pack. That's all you got to do. and the man dropped 2 down the stretch to teams that to the same team. Lost to Utah twice in the same year. So I don't know. Maybe it's just a lack of confidence in the head guy, but it always felt like they were like one slip up away from like slipping over a banana peel or something like that. And that's kind of what happened last Friday to me.
As the better team, I don't think they ever led in this game either, which is crazy.
That's BTA.
Yeah. And not for nothing, Louisville is one of them sneaky good teams. Nothing to
shout out to Miller Moss,
but they not a doormat. Louisville's not a doormat. I'm just telling. Their only loss is to Virginia, who Virginia and Georgia Tech right now looking like the 2 best teams in the ACC.
I will also say this: while Curt Cignetti is getting all the love that he's getting, there's one coach that has I think he's at like a 800 winning percentage versus top 10 teams over the last 5 years, and that's Jeff Brom. My boy Jeff Brom, like 4-2 versus top 10 teams. He beat Ohio State. He beat Miami.
He lost to Michigan.
But he beat somebody else in there. Because he beat Ohio State and he beat somebody else in the same year. Was it Penn State?
That includes Purdue?
Yeah.
Did
it twice at Purdue, and now he got one over here at
Louisville.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to Brown.
I believe that's his alma mater, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For sure. All right. So let's kick it into gear. Let's look at some matchups this week. Got a lot of rivalry games. We got some top matchups, some threatenings of some undefeated seasons, some coaches on the line. We'll get to it all. I think before we talk about that, though, there is a topic that we wanted to jump into on the huddle. I'm going to take a brief moment to kind of get into that since it's sweeping the sports world. So we'll go ahead and jump on that real fast. On this week's episode of The Huddle, we're going to be discussing not just the arrest of Big Shot and Terry Rozier under what seems to be now separate gambling scandals related to NBA personnel, but really the overarching theme of it all is that sports gambling, as predicted, I don't think anybody really didn't see this coming, has infiltrated our sports at the highest level, right? Like we're not just talking about referees skimming and blowing calls. No, we're talking about players with gambling debt, and that this doesn't stop at professional ranks. So let's go ahead, start the huddle. Maze, what do you think?
I think this could be a scary situation, right? Like once you really get it, listen. Michael Jordan is a lot of people's GOAT. He's my GOAT. I think he is the GOAT, period, right? But whatever.
Facts.
Yeah, facts.
However, he's got famous stories about gambling. Now, whether or not it's certainly none of those stories happen in settings like this. A lot of them happen in actual casinos or whatever, right? But he was also, people forget, Michael Jordan was subpoenaed, right, for gambling or a gambling debt that he paid via check, by the way, which was not smart, to a hustler in Chicago, right? Some guy that was getting money through illegal means. Michael Jordan made a bet, lost, and had to pay him, and it was a significant sum, and Michael Jordan did that via check. I say that to say this: if they really get into the muck of like all of this with gambling and illegal betting and stuff like that, it could get ugly. We saw a couple years ago, maybe it was last season, the Golden State bench where Gary Payton Jr. is on there because the spread was like 12
now.
Or 11 and a half or something.
11 and a half was the spread.
That looks horrible, right?
It looks
horrible. So it's those types of my guy, Indiana, running back 45 yards to take a safety when all you had to run off was like 4 seconds. Now that looks suspicious. You know what I mean? Because that's affected that game spread, right? Yeah. So now any and everything might be called into question. I think to think that it hasn't happened or is not even happening on the college level is probably a fallacy. To
Naive,
think
yeah.
that kids is very naive to think that kids that don't have the means of these NBA superstars, right, or former NBA superstars in terms of financial backing, aren't being or aren't on the take or haven't been on the take. You know, what reality are we living in? So yeah,
For sure. So
Yeah.
before I toss it off here to Johnny, the piggyback off of what you said about the likelihood of the kids being involved in it, you have to look at how the promotion of it now is so much broader, right? Gambling, when we was coming up, yeah, we saw it, but it was taboo. It was adults, teens, and they probably wasn't supposed to be doing it. They shooting dice, they doing this, that, and the third. They placing gambling gets on the game, but it wasn't on your phone. It wasn't being promoted on YouTube and all the social media apps. So you got to think as we go further and further down this rabbit hole, the line of age is going to continue to drop in terms of people ingratiated in gambling culture. Go ahead, Johnny.
Yeah, this is a slippery slope that we're heading on. You know, it's a slippery slope because it's gambling in sports is the known unknown. We all know something's going on, but until we have proof, it's like a conspiracy theory. Oh,
Yep.
you blaming the refs. Oh, it's like, no, these are people with lives that do grimy things. You know what I'm saying? The mob has always been kind of entangled in sports. So the fact that you got all this coming out with the NBA, and we know about Tim Donaghy back in the past, you know, saying that they used to control games and do these types of things, it makes you look at every sport, you know, because Michigan fans, we got PTSD from, dare I say, 2016. That 2016, not the spot from the first drive. There were questionable calls going for Ohio State and not going for Michigan. So we got PTSD from that. So to me, it's just like the kids, the refs, it's all bad, and it'll have people looking at sports sideways. It's a bad time because when you watch sports, you want to get away from all that. You just want to focus on the game, man. Steph Curry was lights out, man. Julian Sand was balling. You don't want to have to think about the ref or if your player now is
the player. Mm-hmm.
So
did he go to the casino and blow 50,000 and now he owe a bookie? You know what I'm saying? now our big Saturday night is in question because of his pockets.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
Yeah. No, absolutely. You guys are cooking on this topic, man, making phenomenal points. And it's true, Johnny, when you talk about sports and betting, we're talking about $1 billion industry. It's a lucrative business. Like, people's lives are affected. This is how people buy their houses, pay their rent based on just betting on sports. So now we're talking about the upper echelon. These guys are like the mobsters, whoever's in control of this, man. These guys, the amount of money they making is crazy. They'll send somebody, yo, Maze, on your next show, yo, I'm gonna give you 2.5. Just say Maniac is a bitch. I'm gonna be like, yo, man, for 2.5 shit, just throw me something. Throw me that 0.5. I'll take that 0.5. I ain't complaining. Call me a bitch 3 times. You know what I'm saying? But it's now, and it's just not one sport. It's across, right? And now it's true. A lot of shit is gonna come into question. Like something you be like, wait a minute. It's just something about, and that sucks. As a fan of a sport, you don't want to watch the sport thinking, hold up, I don't know. Does he betting? And that kind of kills it, man. And it takes away from what we fell in love with, man. And that was just the sport itself. By it, referees are going to make bad calls. We understand that. Nobody is perfect. Players are going to fumble. It happens. But now you're like, yo, I just don't know. And that's the part that sucks about it. But, you know, someone, I put it in the group chat, mentioned they had a verified account. I don't know who they are, but they mentioned something in college is going to come up and is big, whether that's basketball, football, hockey, but we don't know. And if whatever that is he's talking about surfaces and is as bad as he said in that tweet, then it's really gonna get spooky and make people question a lot of things, man. So we'll see. Let's wait for about the next 3 to 4 months, because I'm pretty sure more stuff are gonna be uncovered regarding this.
Real quick,
Like
let me cut. Hold on, before you
like
go,
I-
Johnny. Before you
Go
go,
ahead.
you got a couple of new members over here. Tim L and Michigan Mad Ray, new members. Appreciate you, both of you.
Yes, sir.
Go
Like
ahead,
I
rock
said
out, Johnny.
before, I wanted John Mateer suspended. I still think he was up to something. Shiesty. He was up to something.
Hey,
Just
I mean,
think
listen.
about it.
Yeah, you can't rule it out now. You can't rule it out because these guys are toting millions of dollars, probably haven't had that money or access to that money ever before, and the likelihood of them blowing it or owing somebody because they're blowing it is not that low.
Let me get on my Brian Windhorst. What's going on in sports, right? SEC referees getting suspended, right? You got college athletes able to bet on pro games. What's going on? It's very interesting. It's very interesting. What's going on here? No, for real though, like it really does make you think about literally everything else that's going on. Things that we would probably normally have questions about now have to be magnified by a million, like that referee. You know what I mean? Like, why did he do such a bad job in that game? Like, is he being contacted by the mob? Like, you literally have to look at things like a conspiracy theorist sometimes.
Yeah, and what Lisa Sims was talking about, the Clemson Ohio State game, the fumble that was
Great
taken to
call,
the house,
which
and
was a
they
great
said
call.
it wasn't.
Phenomenal call. Best call
Hey,
I've ever seen.
It was a great call, but
Lisa Sims, didn't y'all have a quarterback or ex-quarterback that got locked up for shaving points too? Wasn't that a thing?
Relax.
Hold on, that's you the wrong one to throw, the wrong program to throw out there as a victim of cheating and gambling.
I had to be
Wrong
fair.
program.
Two things can be true.
You said you getting it from both angles. Huh?
I do want to
Hey,
bring up.
fair.
Did
Gotta
y'all
be fair about
see
it.
the some of the things that were mentioned in that report? Like somebody had like X-ray glasses.
Oh
They
yeah.
were seen through
I
the
guess we can talk
card.
about the specifics a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So Chauncey Billups' situation is kind of separate from the Terry Rozier and the point shaving thing, and the sitting out of games and shit. The only link between those two situations is Damon Jones, because he was playing the poker games and he was giving out information on the bets. But Chauncey Billups apparently was wrapped up into the 5 crime families of the mafia, and he was used as like a promotion to get people to come in and play at these games. Where you're right, they had X-rays on the table so they could see what cards are being played. They had loaded shufflers. If you play blackjack at all, you know what you can do if you have an automatic shuffler and it's not one that a dealer actually has to pull from. That's fucked up. They also said that they had contacts that they were wearing. Now, this is some like Tom Clancy 2099 shit that I didn't even know existed, but contacts that you can wear to see through the damn cards. Like they've been scamming since scamming was scamming. You hear me? I'm just amazed at the intricacy of it all, because what they were saying was happening, because there's been other poker players that have come out and spoken about it and said, yeah, we known that they were doing that shit for years. I just didn't go play, right? Famous poker players. I'm a poker guy. I play Hold'em. So I'm hearing now from other world-renowned gamblers that are like, yeah, no, we knew not to play at that shit. Like, they're going in and they're smashing over on the big blind, right? And then here come the flop and they hammering that too. And then all of a sudden they walking right into a straight flush that ain't never supposed to really come, right? Like that. And you done betted your way all the way to this massive jackpot and we done followed you. Like, no, you know what's coming. You know what's being played. I think it was just the fact that they had an NBA coach, a legend, right? That was there, that enticed people to stay and play. If you got the money, spend, right? It costs to play.
High
yeah,
rollers.
crazy shit, crazy stuff.
Yeah. Well, We'll see, man. It's unfortunate. It's something we don't want to see as fans, but
Mm-mm.
at least it's reality now. We just don't know, and this will never end. Look at Vegas, man. Vegas is like the epicenter of all this. So money's everything, bro. People are very connected. People could say conspiracy all you want, but this shit is reality.
Facts. All right, let's get into this week's games. We got a long list, so let's start pushing through. I guess we will start with Michigan stomping out little brother. That sounds good to me. So we got a rivalry renewed. Michigan is the winner of the last 4. If I'm just trying to be as unbiased as I possibly can about wiping a little green stain off the bottom of my shoe this week, I will say that Michigan does have an edge on the line of scrimmage, especially defensively. If we're looking at points allowed, run defense overall, Michigan definitely has the edge there. They're seeming like they may get Justice Haynes back this week, so that's a positive. On top of the performance that you got last week from Justice Haynes, or
Jordan Marshall.
From Jordan Marshall. I think the big thing for Michigan State is probably going to be Aiden Childs, right? Like, is he able to kind of put the game on his back, and not necessarily all with his arm, but it's going to have to be a mix. He's going to have to incorporate his legs. He's going to have to hit open targets when he has them, but mainly in the passing game is get the ball to Marsh. It seems like they've had a problem with that over the last couple of weeks. I couldn't imagine why. Why throwing the ball to the best target on the offense is a problem, but it seems to be the case. But we all know that this rivalry is won in the trenches. That is where it will be won this year. Michigan has the edge to me. I don't know how you guys feel. Josh, what you think?
All right, so we're going into November, so allow this to be the last time I say anything good about Michigan for the rest of the season. So last week, you guys did what you're supposed to do against Washington. Actually, you did better than what you were supposed to do against Washington. Damon Williams looked like not even a shell of his former self. Like, he looked terrible. 3 interceptions. Jonah Coleman, you held him to 50 yards running the ball. And I don't think any of their receivers actually got off. I think their touchdown came from Jonah Coleman. So
yeah, 1 yard touchdown run.
Yeah. So, I mean, the defense has looked better than it has pretty much all season, at least in that game. So if y'all can keep that up, Michigan State shouldn't even be close to a problem. And hopefully for y'all, this is a game where Bryce Underwood really gets off. Some of y'all receivers get going, all that good stuff.
What up, Steve? All right, for sure. Maniac, what you got?
Yeah. So, rivalry game, man, something that everyone knows in here, that records don't matter when it comes to rivalries. On paper, this is a slam dunk for Michigan. Shouldn't have much problems with Michigan State. The problem for Michigan this season has been consistency, right? And that's where you find trouble when you're not consistent. 1 week you look good, 1 week and that doesn't work. So hopefully we're consistent. What we did last week trickles down to today. And if that's the case, then yes, Michigan will win. Is Michigan State going to have a big play or two? Absolutely. Because offensively, people could say what they want. Aiden Childs is a dog, and they have one of the best wide receivers in the Big Ten, arguably in all the nation, and Nick Marsh. So as long as we keeping it the big plays limit, then we'll be fine. Make them earn it. And I think they O-line right now is very bad, and so is their D-line. We should be able to run the ball, a lot of play action. Bryce, this should be a game where Bryce has another very good game, should throw for about another 200 yards. And this is on the road. We haven't had a complete game on the road yet. Even the Nebraska win, we won the game, but it wasn't a complete game. Hopefully we see that today. So, got to be locked in, because rivalry games, anything could happen. So we'll see.
Hey, Edward Fields with the comment of the day so far. Wink bringing through the 46 Madden Blitz packages tonight. Absolutely. Absolutely. Full tilt. We not worried about nothing else. I guess worry about Marsh, but other than that, let's go ahead and get after him. I'm actually meant Mays last time. I apologize. Go ahead, Mays.
Yeah. So I think this game is about consistency, like Maniac brought up for Michigan. And if you're a Michigan State fan, I mean, there are things for you to look for. If Aiden Childs is able to be good tonight, then that could be a problem for Michigan. I think the weakest part of Michigan's defense is probably that secondary, right? And if Aiden Childs is able to find Marsh and because they have two like really
Kelly.
good
I think his
receivers.
name is Kelly.
Kelly.
Yeah.
Yep, Kelly.
If they're able to hook up, tonight, or then it could be a long day for Michigan. Do I expect that? No, but you got to throw something out there for poor little Bronim. Obviously, they need something to go to the game for. Like, what are we going for?
Well, I think
It's
the
not-
positive of tonight is that
Uh,
after we stomp a mud hole in that ass, they'll finally get rid of Homeboy, and they'll be able to start fresh
Yeah.
with another
another fresh start for
Yep.
poor little Brono. But yeah, it's gonna be a game tonight. That's what they have to look forward to in East Lansing. We're gonna play a football game that's something to do other than go out and burn couches and stuff like that, which you won't have the opportunity to do. But whatever, yeah, good showing.
So, what's up, Johnny? What you got?
I don't want them to fire him. I don't want to have to deal with Michigan State having a competent coach that can steal recruits from Michigan. I don't want to have to share those. Nope. They already got Nick Marsh. I'm mad they got him. I'm still mad. So I want them to keep him. Stay garbage, be garbage, you garbage.
Yeah, but he got to win tonight to save his job. He probably gone if he don't win this one.
Probably. You're right. But as far as the game goes, this is their Super Bowl. This is their Super Bowl. And I don't see them winning. The same thing everybody's saying in the comments, and May said Aiden Childs is going to have to be a superhero, and even if he's not, him just throwing it up, Nick Marsh and Kelly become superheroes, and they're just making spectacular catches. And that's my only worry is if that was to happen, which I don't think it would, but we've seen this happen in games for both teams. Jalen Reed and Peyton Thorne. What's his name? Kenneth Walker III.
Kenneth Walker.
On spin cycles and can I have this dance? That dude was a nightmare for us. Braylon Edwards, so we've seen it. Donovan Peoples. We've seen players go nuclear in these games, and the team that really shouldn't have won. So hopefully that doesn't happen, and I don't think it will. I think Wink would have to be on some dumb stuff and probably have a high blitz rate. That's not the formula to win, Wink. I don't know why he keeps trying to go back to it. Blitz rate 20 to 30%. Fall in there, and we're gonna be fine.
For sure. Okay. Let's go ahead and we'll pick it up a little bit. We'll move on to the next matchup on the list, which will be the on fire UCLA Bruins versus the top of the Big Ten right now, the creme de la creme, Mr. Google Me himself, Indiana Hoosiers. Big time matchup. UCLA has been 3-1 since they switched to Tim Skipper.
3-0. 3-0.
3-0. Is it 3-0 or 3-1?
3-0.
3-0, excuse me. They've been 3-0 since switching over to Tim Skipper. Obviously Indiana is launching their undefeated season, trying to really assert themselves in the conference and show that they're not just a blip. And they've got Heisman Doza. I heard those chants on Big Noon kickoff this morning before we hopped on. His Heisman craze is at its peak. I don't think we've seen an Indiana player get this much Heisman hype. Not even Michael Penix had this much hype when he was there. So I don't know, man. There's a lot to consider. Nico has looked like a different guy under Skipper. A lot more prolific. Sorry, that's the Voodoo Ranger. I think Indiana, their style is more of a tempoed, balanced attack. Right? They're going to present a little something different. Somebody's going to have to win out. What you got, Johnny?
Oh, let's get to it. That's not me. That's probably Josh. But Indiana, Indiana's playing good ball, really good ball. The problem that comes to them is they've never been in this position before. Even last year, they ended up losing to OSU, So they've never been the hunted, really, like we're undefeated, we're the hunted. And UCLA comes in with a formula that has worked since time immemorial. And what is that? Run the ball, play really good defense. Quarterback is a game manager and might help out on the ground also. So with that formula, hey, if you're undermatched, that's the formula you want to take into every game. And if you do it the right way, fourth quarter, you should have a chance. So do I think they will be able to? I don't know. But this game kind of piqued my interest when I saw it. Like, can UCLA do this? Who was that Indiana struggled with last week?
Was it North?
They played Michigan State.
Michigan State. They struggled with them in the first half. Then as the game went on,
it was Iowa. That was 2 weeks ago, wasn't it?
A couple weeks ago, yeah.
I mean, Michigan State played them tough in the first half. They played them close.
Michigan State had a lead in that game.
Iowa was a close game for them.
But that's
there you go,
Iowa has that same formula. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Run the ball, play really good defense. That formula, I don't care where football goes, that formula is still going to be one of the best ways to even the playing field.
Yep. I think Indiana depends on staying ahead and playing ahead. So that's definitely been the formula so far. Josh, what you think?
Okay. So I know we have this as the upset alert. I don't think that's going to come from UCLA. I do think it's going to come this season, but I don't think it's going to come from UCLA. And the reason why is because this surge of like offense that UCLA has had recently, I think Indiana has the answer for that. I think Indiana quietly has a really solid defense as well. I know everybody's talking about Mendoza, Surratt, but they have a really good defense as well. And so I don't think UCLA has the answer for that. It's still a fairly young team to the success that they've had. I mean, 3-0. But I think it is coming. I think that upset alert it may be coming for Indiana.
Just going to remind the panel we're going to save our picks for the pick'ems at the end of the segment.
I didn't technically pick them, but I just wanted to note that upset alert. I don't believe it.
All right. So for me, I think this game is interesting too. This is a game that piqued my interest, just like for Johnny, because I think what UCLA has found in their recent success is that they can run the football. They can run it with the running back. They can run it with the quarterback, and that's one way to keep the ball out of the hands of a high-powered offense. Is one way to beat them. And if you can do that, if they can get first downs and matriculate the ball down the field, not necessarily, big plays or whatever, but just play all three downs, get a first down on third down. Getting first downs on third downs too kind of demoralizes the other defense a little bit too when they are trying to get off the field. And if you can do that successfully, then you are going to have a chance. Now, it is a big ask to ask UCLA to beat, the number 2 team in the nation, but they did beat Penn State, which wasn't number 2 in the nation at that time, but still it was a big game for them. I think it's possible. I think Penn State's defense is better than Indiana's defense, at least on paper. Whether or not they're playing better is another story. And then if UCLA can successfully run the ball, it's going to be a long night. We'll see what happens.
Maniac?
Yes, sir, man. A game that I think, everyone, you look on paper, this is a gimme for Indiana. Right now they're just well coached, well balanced. They playing as a team, they executing at a high level, and I don't see that really being a problem this Saturday. I think UCLA can make it a game for probably about a half. I think Indiana runs away with it. And the clock strikes 12 for Cinderella today with UCLA. But I do think they might have something moving forward for the future UCLA, which is good. It's going to take a huge game from Amaliva. I'm botching his name. But he's a guy that could really make plays and give that Indiana defense fits. He might, I could see him having a couple of plays, but I don't think it'll be to the extent where UCLA wins the game. I think Indiana wins. They run the I like, we'll see. Indiana, I like Indiana.
Okay. Is everybody on that one?
Yeah.
All right, for sure. Take a look. We'll circle back on Indiana, UCLA when we do the pick'ems. Moving down the line, we'll head to the SEC. We're down in the South. We got a big time matchup versus number 3 undefeated Texas A&M, the Aggies, lining up versus the lowly Tigers in Death Valley and LSU. There's still some interesting angles to this, right? I think the home team has won the last 8 meetings in this rivalry. LSU is a slight home underdog, but they play very well at home. I think they're 20-1. I thought they saw under Brian Kelly at home, so they're pretty good at home. Problem is their offense stinks, as Maniac would say that they're caca-doodle. Their offense is basura. They're terrible. Yeah. They're awful. Texas A&M's offense, on the other hand, is lighting the world on fire. Their running game is good. They have a dual threat quarterback. The passing game is top level. They have great threats on the outside. There doesn't really seem to be a threat to A&M in my eyes outside of Athens and maybe Tuscaloosa. But they could be proven wrong tonight. A&M, I think, has a chance to prove that they belong, that their ranking is apt. They will need to abuse that offensive line of LSU on the defensive side if they have a chance to do that. But that's kind of my thoughts on it, at least for now. What you think, Maniac?
Muted.
SEC. There we go. Good matchup. We already know LSU. Their biggest issue's been their offense. It's just been atrocious. No other way to put it. Their defense has been playing good, has really been their only bright spot for this team this year. Brian Kelly's getting a lot of flack. The fans in Louisiana are very upset. They ready to get them up. In the words of DNA, get them out of here. But A&M, right? A&M was one of those schools that got criticized because they spent so much money on all these players and got nothing on the investment in return. Now it's looking like it's coming together at A&M. This is what coaching does. Coaching matters. A&M can make a big statement going into Louisiana, which is one of the roughest environments in all of college football. Death Valley, not an easy place to play, not an easy place to win. So they have a high power offense. They're the better team on paper, but again, anything can happen. I think this is going to be a fist fight without a doubt, man. But A&M is one of them teams that their stock is starting to rise, not only in the SEC, but across the country.
Let me ask you a question, and I'll ask the same of it as everybody else when they give their takes. If, you don't have to give me a pick, but if LSU loses this game in an embarrassing fashion, is it over with for Brian Kelly? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What you got, Johnny?
I don't think it's over for him if they lose, though. What has he been there? What's this, his third year? Or is it fourth?
4 years.
Fourth.
It might be. Yeah, you might be right then. But Texas A&M going into Death Valley, LSU, Brian Kelly's offense, they can't run the ball. So they're putting everything on Nussmeier to have taken that step of being a field general, and he's just not there all the way, And that's a lot to ask, honestly, because the easiest thing to do is run the ball, turn around and hand that ball off. That's the easiest thing you can do in football. And so the fact that when you can't run the ball well and you start playing better teams, small things start to look like big things now. You know what I'm saying? So in this one, I want to say A&M, just the way I was talking about Indiana, being undefeated, being in uncharted territory for them. Same thing goes for A&M. When was the last time they was undefeated? I don't know. I had to Google that like Signetti. Google it. Because I don't know. Who knows? So
It's been a minute. It's been quite a while, probably.
exactly. So they're in the position that they could falter too because they haven't been in this position on the road, Death Valley, going against LSU. They could also falter with the expectations. Once you're undefeated and it's lit this late in the season, you kind of have to bring it every week. So we'll see. I like Texas A&M's offense though. I like it a lot with those speedy receivers and Marcel Reed.
Very talented, very, very talented. Josh, what do you see?
I'd like to yield my time talking about this game because what is the SEC? What is the SEC? We shouldn't even be talking about this game realistically, if we're being honest, right?
Why not, Josh?
The top teams, the top 7 or 8 teams, as I look at the standings for the SEC, what are any of these teams? Texas A&M gave up 42 to Arkansas recently, right? Their defense is ass, right? Their offense is great.
Game
42 to Arkansas is not a slip-up game. That's proving that you're low-key ass on defense, right? Alabama,
they beat
as much
Notre
as they
Dame.
won. Okay.
They also gave up 40-something in that game.
Yeah.
This year is about winning. It's just about winning, y'all.
Alabama, as much as they want us to forget, they lost to Florida State, who is yet to win an ACC game.
That's so crazy. That is so crazy to me that Florida State just fell off the side of the earth.
And you want us to forget that game? No, I'm not forgetting that game. I'm not. Georgia should have lost multiple games already to Tennessee, to a couple other teams.
Auburn.
Ole Miss,
they got
almost
those
lost to
refs got a
Washington
call from the
State.
Genovese family.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Too soon.
Ole
Don made
Miss,
the call. Don made the call.
yeah. Ole Miss almost lost to Washington State. Texas, y'all keep telling me, is not that team, which, I mean, they're not, let's be honest, but they beat Oklahoma, right? What are all these teams in the SEC, right? We're giving them props. We're giving them props because they're all ranked, but realistically, Washington, Maryland, USC, all of these teams should have been ranked at some point, giving us, well, we're number 1, but giving Michigan a better ranking, giving other big teams better rankings, Illinois, right? I'm tired of this SEC bias because this is bullshit. All them teams suck. LSU sucks. Vanderbilt sucks.
COL.
I'm just being honest. This might be my hot take of the week, but look.
No, it's not a hot take. I agree on in terms of SEC bias, and that's where the rankings are going to play a factor, right? I think once we get later in the season, when they start picking playoff spots where it's segmented, it'll even itself out.
Yes.
I'm with Josh here. What is the SEC? That said, about this game, LSU is taking on the persona of their head coach. This guy has been everywhere. He's won. Let me preface that he is a winner to a certain point, right? He can get you right to the precipice. The sun is rising, but you'll never see the full sunrise. He like shoves you back down the mountain after that. You'll never get to peer over that thing. And they look like that team. That's who they are. As far as Texas A&M, their head coach is a defensive guy. I don't know why they're giving up 40+ points to Arkansas. I cannot explain it. It's inexplicable. They also gave up 40+ to Notre Dame, but Notre Dame is a different animal. So, okay, but they won that game, and they won the Arkansas game, and I think that's what's important. And to Johnny's point, this offense looks real. Marcel Reed looks like a guy. The running backs in their running game is real. Those wide receivers are dudes. So offensively, they can play with anybody. It's just a matter of can they stop a nosebleed, and right now that's up for debate.
So real quick, before we move down the line, you mentioned something that A&M has a defensive coach, Elko, right? And Why are they giving up 40 points a game? I will leave everybody with this one. In terms of this game, it's the same reason why Lincoln Riley has the problems he does. It's the same reason why Jedd Fisch will probably continue to have the same problems. When you're moving that fast on offense, you putting your defense at risk. You're handing them extra possessions, right? It looks good. It's bright. It's shiny. Plays good on a sizzle reel for recruits. But what you're actually doing is elongating the game for defenses. Now we have to guard even longer. Now we have to play even more possessions than what we had. They're just getting off the field too quickly. That's my thought. That's my tinfoil hat theory on speedy offenses. Oh, my fault. Go ahead.
I just said that's a good point.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. All right. So staying in the SEC after we just dogged them. Mizzou versus Vanderbilt. I like Mizzou in this matchup personally, but Vanderbilt is proving themselves to be formidable, right? You got Pavia down there slinging it. His mobility, the running backs down there. Missouri's defense will surely face a test in that regard. I think Mizzou's offense versus Vandy is also another key point, right? Is Vandy really for real? Are you a top 10 team for real? Can you really hold down a like opponent, somebody who actually has talent on the other side of the ball? And we know that Mizzou can move the football. So interesting, right? It's another one of these midseason matchups that's going to tell us who's the pretender and who's the actual contender. Who we get at top? Who we looking at? What up, Mace? What you got?
Yeah, this is another one of those games that's going to come on at 3:00 or 3:30, whatever it is, in the middle of the day. That's probably going to get lost in the muck, but this is an important game. I mean, I think both of these teams have one loss in their conference, right?
No,
I could be wrong about that, but so this is an important game for how the SEC shakes out. And I am partial to Vandy in this game. I believe are they at home? Vandy at the crib.
Yeah, Vandy's at home.
Yeah, I like Pavia just enough for Vandy to pull this one off. I think they're only like 2.5 point favorites. But actually, I probably shouldn't be saying. Look at me breaking my own rule.
Yeah.
But I think it does. It's going to be an interesting game the way this one breaks out. Missouri is a tough team, probably underrated a little bit, but yeah, we'll see what happens.
Okay, sure. Maniac, what up?
you muted.
Man,
You muted.
SBC.
Yo.
So I'm glad, Josh, you was spitting, my brother. You was definitely speaking the gospel. So I think real quick, what people get caught up in was the SEC's dominance, which they had for a long time. And it can't fly under the radar. It is what it is. But we're turning to a new age of college football. And that dominance from one conference, I don't think we're gonna see. In fact, the Big Ten is looking like they starting to be that dominant conference. If the Buckeyes end up winning it again this year, that'll give the Big Ten 3 straight national champions. But again, the playoffs will decide all this.
Why
You
if the
guys are
Buckeyes
good.
win it
Y'all
again?
still good. Wait till the playoffs, SEC, and then you'll let us know. But anyway, Missouri, Vanderbilt. Is Vanderbilt a legitimate top team? We don't know. There's so much parity that they might be because it's just not dominant teams like in the past. But Vanderbilt is a good team regardless. Whether they top 10, 15, they are legitimate top 25 team, point blank. Pavia, he's like 33. Who said he's a grandfather? Somebody say he's a grandfather.
He got a
And,
401k.
Yeah, 401k. And
he's
he going up
collecting
against
college
Mizzou.
football retirement.
Might pick a
Mizzou,
fence.
Exactly, man. And Mizzou, their team, they only lost coming at home, a close game to Alabama, who's starting to look like the best team in the SEC right now, if we're just looking from top to bottom. So this is going to be a very interesting match. This is pretty much a playoff elimination game, if you ask me. So a lot of riding on this game should be very interesting. I think this will be one of the better games of today.
For sure, for sure. James, do you mean Uncle Lou? Yo, man, Josh, smash Uncle Lou. As long as he don't talk about the Buckeyes, he just keep it SEC.
Who's that?
Uncle Lou, the Georgia guy. He got the glasses on all the time. You never seen him?
Cornballs. Anything in whatever. Let me not start.
Nah, he's all right. He's okay. Dude.
Hilarious.
Nah, we should make that happen. A battle royale, Thunderdome. Uncle Lou versus Josh. Let's make it happen.
Easy work, man. That's gonna be easy work for Josh. Come on,
I
man.
can definitely argue against the best of them when it comes to SEC and Penn State, which I'm gonna get into in a second.
Johnny, what you got?
This one, I'm gonna be short and kind of sweet on this one. Missouri, Bo Pabula, they got Hardy as running back. I think they go as he goes, honestly. I think he needs to tote that thing for them to really win this one. You know, establish that run game, take some of the pressure off Bo. And Vanderbilt, you know, Diego. Hey, Diego. They go.
You forgot me. You forgot me, Diego.
Diego. So, you know, he's their kind of everything kind of guy, and he's probably the best player on the field when the offense is on there. So I think it's a tough matchup. And these teams are kind of similar because Bo can do some of the same things Diego can do. But I think Diego has done it for longer and is better at it. So
he's been doing it for 20 years.
Hey, chill out. Real quick, man. We got a new member, Rob H. We appreciate you. And then my guy, Edward Jones, for the $2. We definitely appreciate you appreciating the show. Appreciate you both. Go ahead, Mace.
I spoke about this game.
Oh, you already went.
But if you want me to go again,
No. We on the time crunch. We gotta get through it.
I ain't go.
Go, Josh.
Yeah.
You conceded your time.
Yeah,
No,
you
that
did.
was
To talk
Texas
about the
A&M.
SEC.
Oh,
all right,
Yeah,
all
no.
right.
That was the
All
one
right.
game.
All right.
But I'm gonna be quick.
Go ahead.
I really wanted Bo to be somebody because, again, I hate Penn State. I really wanted Bo to transfer out of Penn State and become somebody. And he's done okay, but he's kind of been a little mid. I'm not going to lie to you. They let him pass the ball 30 to 40 times a game.
Are you talking about Pabula?
Yeah, he's been kind of I kind of want him to be better. Be a little bit better. So
Be better.
Be better.
Great advice for college football. Be better.
Stop throwing
better.
picks. Just stop. Just stop throwing picks. It's that
Okay,
simple.
for sure. Let's get on to the game of the week. We've got the Ole Miss Rebels. Still amazes me that black kids commit to go play for the Confederacy.
Preach,
And then we got-
Marcus, preach.
We
I was
got-
saying the same thing on my channel, bro.
Yo,
Preach.
We got-
University.
We got one loss, Oklahoma. In the deciding match in the SEC, right? So now this is
I'm gonna
separated.
concede
We're
my
gonna
time
knock
on this.
ourselves. Yeah, we're gonna knock ourselves down further down the SEC ladder, or we're gonna hold stance, right? I think if you look at it, Ole Miss's offense versus Oklahoma's defense is probably the key matchup. That's the X factor. Ole Miss coming off that loss to Georgia, which again was really a rocky fight. Like they were leading. They over there doing 360 windmill dunks on the sideline just to lose. That's the saddest shit. That is the saddest shit ever. But you know, similarly with Oklahoma, they're trying to finish out the season unscathed after dropping one to their rival in Red River Shootout. So could go either way. I think it's a deciding game for both teams. Go ahead, Mace. You up?
All right. I'm going to concede my time from talking about this game because this is a public service announcement to all little black boys and girls, period. Do not commit to a team called Ole Miss. By the way, if you don't know what it does, do the research. If you don't know what it means, do the research, find out. And shame on your parents for allowing you to commit to Ole Miss. That's one thing. Secondly, this university still has a Confederate flag flying in the middle of the campus. Do not commit to this university. That is all.
They are the rebels. The rebels of what? Can we just clarify? Just clarify, and then we'll be good. Johnny.
This one, Ole Miss, Oklahoma. Ole Miss is licking their wounds off of losing to Georgia. Also, isn't Lane Kiffin being offered the Florida job?
Yes, he is.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you got that going on, and then you got Oklahoma, who's still in the hunt. Oh, they just lost to Texas. That's their only loss. So they're in the hunt.
Mm-hmm.
And I think John Mateer is going to try to get back to where he was playing before the injury. And so, to me, I think I'm leaning more towards Oklahoma's with the defense and Mateer. I have a little more trust in them than Ole Miss with the everything going on after losing, and then now your coach might be looking at that girl over there. Oh, she got a big stadium, the Gatorade money. Oh, I like that. You know what I'm saying? She's looking
She
over
like
there.
hot yoga.
Yeah, so
Hot yoga.
I think that's
We
what's
ain't got
going
no
on.
hot yoga in Mississippi.
Exactly. So you see,
Yeah, that's definitely how it goes when you're courting a new coach. Maniac, what's up?
3 straight SEC games. I'm not gonna even do the chant
Shout out
anymore.
to
I'm
James
done.
Cooper.
Yeah. So just also what my brother Mays just said. That was beautiful. Well said. These dudes is holding Klan rallies in the campus. They're like, come on, man, it's disgusting work. But anyway, yeah, Oklahoma, they rebounded back, went into South Carolina, dominant win on the road, finally got the running game going. Running game was going. So John Mateer could get a consistent running game. This team becomes even more dangerous moving forward. We know what their defense is. They've been consistent all year. Just one bad game against Texas. Ole Miss, offensively, this is going to be a juggernaut matchup. Ole Miss offense versus Oklahoma's defense, because Ole Miss has been able to move the ball on everybody this season. No one has really held them in check. So it's going to be interesting. That defense versus that offense. Mateer, again, I'm going to expect Oklahoma to try to establish the run game. Ole Miss defense has not been good at all. I've never seen them with a good defense, probably mid-2000s. So it's interesting. Again, this is also another elimination game for the playoffs. Both teams with one loss. So this is pretty much a playoff game for both teams.
That's a fact. Johnny. Or Josh,
Yeah.
my bad.
Oh,
Josh.
Johnny.
Damn,
Josh.
damn,
Johnny
I'm trying to
looking
get
a
my
little
takes away. Anyway,
My bad.
yeah, this game is in Norman. Oklahoma's defense is solid. And Ole Miss, their coach might be leaving. Y'all already gave my take, so I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. That's it.
1 foot out the door. Yep. Okay. Well, let's as we wind it down here, we got a few more things we need to get through. Heisman picks, front runners. Who you got? Who's everybody got? I think I'm looking at Mendoza has a chance to move ahead right now. I still think Dante Moore's in the conversation, only with the one loss from Oregon. A lot of games to play down the line. And let's see how Justice finishes out, right? Let's see how he finishes out his campaign. Anybody else? Who we got? Throw some names out.
Julian Sayin.
oh
Jesus.
wow,
Julian Sayin.
My God.
And that's not
Hey,
I
he's
got
saying
entering
Mendoza
talks.
right now.
He's entering talks. I mean, he's that
He
guy.
should be-
He should be in the conversation.
No, he's in there. He's definitely in the talks. But what happens is, unfortunate for him, is that the competition he has been going up against, the best team he's played was Texas, and look at his numbers. So those are the things the committee look at. But nonetheless, his name is in the bag. I agree. The guy he's very efficient. He's cooking. There's no other way to put it. I mean, it's up in the air, man. It's so up in the air. It's just like there's no clear-cut favorite. If Indiana goes undefeated, runs the table in the regular season, and Mendoza puts up good numbers, and if they win the Big Ten, maybe a game against OSU, and he put up some numbers and win, I think he's a slam dunk for the Heisman. But it's up in the air, which is beautiful. This is the first time for me in a long time that I've seen this late in the year, and it's like I really don't know who's the favorite.
Julian Sands is gonna come down to that game in November.
Facts.
Sure.
He go perform in that game. Absolutely, he'll be in New York.
And if he wins the Big Ten Conference Championship,
Right.
if he wins the Michigan game, that game too.
Yeah,
For sure.
I'm gonna go
Juju
with
said
I
Samaj
think-
Morgan. That's hilarious.
Yeah, Juju being a hater right now.
Samaj definitely up there.
He above Brandon Ennis for sure.
Facts. That's all that matters.
Above Brandon Ennis.
Like 10 yards, 5 less catches. Okay.
More touchdowns.
Yo, which means he's getting
Or no,
more
I'm sorry.
yards.
5,
per
sorry,
catch.
5 more catches.
Yeah.
5 more catches.
All right.
Brandon
Either
Ennis has
way,
5
either way, either way.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into the muck. Bryce Underwood for Heisman.
That will
I
be
like
nuts.
that one.
That's it.
Would be nuts.
If anything, Donovan McCulley for Heisman.
If Bryce backdoors his way into the Big Ten championship and then they go on, they look like they're going to have a nice seed in the playoffs
what?
into the Big Ten championship.
Okay, so we lose
got
to y'all.
one Big
What
Ten
about
loss. Why
what about
can't why
Oregon?
not us?
Oh, okay. Yeah, y'all got
You know,
one.
that's
Yeah,
what I'm
you're right,
saying.
you're right.
talking.
I forgot the other game was Oklahoma.
Don't be
You're right,
so
you're right.
incredulous.
Yeah.
Well, I was just saying Oregon, but
Relax.
then I forgot y'all had.
Hey, ease up,
I said
fam.
that's fair.
Enjoy your off week. You ain't got to be so hyped.
I'm comfortable, bro. I'm good.
All right, let's speed through these pick'ems real fast so we can get to Josh's money
Yeah.
giveaway.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Before we can burn your money with John.
All right, real quick. Michigan State. Y'all know who I'm going with. I would never pick Michigan to lose the little brother. I'm going Michigan by 1 million. Josh, who you got?
Again, I'm being nice to y'all because it's the last week of October. Give me Michigan.
I think we
Little
all
bro
got
down.
Michigan, right?
Yeah, Michigan.
Everybody going Michigan?
Michigan.
Hell yeah, everybody going Michigan. The hell with Stady. All right, next up on the list, we've got, hold on, UCLA,
Shout out Sly
Indiana.
Hilliard.
Indiana is a 26.5 point favorite in this game. I feel like that's a lot.
That's too
That's
much.
that is
That's
a
a
lot.
lot.
That is a
I'll
lot.
pick Indiana to win, but I'm not going to pick them to cover.
That's where I'm at. Me too.
I'm picking Indiana to win too.
Same.
Yeah.
This is not the upset. This is not the upset week for them.
Indiana.
Yeah, listen. Indiana is no longer a basketball school. They're a
Yeah,
football
the hell they're not. Come on, man. It's two damn years.
Should
The hell
we be
they
talking
not.
about is Indiana a blue blood now?
I'm about to throw
Yo, don't
rock
get
with
me
Indiana
started.
fans winning.
Started.
Stop the
Don't
lie.
get me
off.
started. He'll say Indiana's more of a blue blood than Michigan.
Johnny's drinking that luxury water again. Hey,
Well, of course they're more of a blue blood than a regional team.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I
Anyway,
got-
we're not
Blue-
starting that shit up
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
But
I
it
got
was-
Indiana.
Indiana, Johnny.
Yeah, I got Indiana.
Indiana for sure. All right. LSU, Texas A&M. Give me Texas A&M.
Yeah, as much as their defense sucks, give me Texas A&M too.
yeah, Texas A&M for me.
Okay.
Yep.
Brian
A&M.
Kelly saves the nonsense. He gets it done in Baton Rouge. Go Tigers.
LSU. Okay.
Give me Brian
Okay.
Kelly. The upset. Tigers.
The only one that stuck with the trend, Maniac, may end up being a smart man. Let's go Mizzou Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt favored by 2.5 points. This one's hard.
Are they playing at Vandy?
Yep,
Yeah,
they're at
yeah.
Vandy.
Give me the Commodores.
Okay, I'll pick last. Go ahead, everybody.
Same. Give me Vandy.
Yeah, I'm taking Vandy.
Yeah, I got Diego.
Diego.
Grandma's cooking.
Give me Lionel Richie and them.
I'm going Mizzou, man. I think this is where we put a stop to this. Is Vandy real stuff? Give me Mizzou. All right, and then we've got the game of the week. Is this game of the week? Yep, Ole Miss, Oklahoma by 5.5. I'm gonna say that Oklahoma gets back to form with John Mateer in this game. He starts looking like how he was looking before the injury early on versus us. And they have a good showing versus Oklahoma. Versus Ole Miss. I don't have necessarily a score prediction, but I'm saying it's going to be 2 possessions at least.
As much as I want to root for Oklahoma to lose because it makes y'all's loss to them looks even worse, I'm going to go with the Sooners because I don't believe in Ole Miss, and with the added effect of Lane Kiffin possibly taking a job elsewhere, I don't think they have much to fight for. Give me Oklahoma.
I think Lane Kiffin coaches this one from a G5 on his way to Gainesville. Give me Oklahoma.
Yeah, I got Oklahoma in this one. Defense, tier, I got Oklahoma.
Yeah, I just think that Ole Miss, they're just not there defensively. I think Oklahoma scores enough points and their defense holds them down. Give me the Sooners.
Did we all go Oklahoma?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I'm good. I'm good for another week.
All right, for sure.
I'm in a good position. If we all
All right,
lose, we all lose.
Y'all know what time it is. It is our weekly pilgrimage into degenerate gambling. We got Pick'ems with Josh.
Got the Butters.
The Butters beat.
Got the Butters. Look, man, at this point, SEC games are a toss-up. I told y'all they all suck. So if you're going to put your money anywhere, put your money on some of these underdogs for sure. Especially some of these. We talked about some of these spreads. The UCLA spread looks like a good one to take the under on because I don't know that they're going to get off. What'd you say? It was 25.5? That's kind of crazy. I might take the under on that as well as, the Vanderbilt game and then some of the other SEC games, man. Look at some of those unders. That's all I got, man. It's simple. I got to get out of here for the 12 o'clock game. You know what I'm saying? Watch some college football, get your money. It's all good.
If you bet with Josh,
you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Roll this live. That's hate.
Oh, man. Light your money on fire. Listen.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Oh,
Well,
my
that
goodness.
concludes another
Yes,
week
sir.
of the big college
UCLA
football.
by 10
Absolutely.
is crazy.
UCLA by
crazy,
10 is
Juju.
nuts. That's nuts.
Yeah.
All right, real quick before we get out of here, just want to remind everybody of the channels where you go to subscribe, where you get your football content. My boy here, the other way. Me and Josh are at the House of Divided. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Usually have our previews and our weekly recaps posted throughout the week. So be on those. Maze, Johnny, Maniac, they'll be on doing post game, doing call-in shows throughout the weekend later this night. And then Sunday afternoons, usually when they go on. So you make sure that you like, share, and subscribe there. Anybody got anything they want to plug before we head out?
Yes,
No, man,
I do.
Go ahead, Maze.
Go ahead, Maze.
I want to be very clear. Do not send your black children to Ole Miss.
Again, reiterated.
He's spitting, man. Not just,
Yeah.
again. Thanks for everybody in the chat that tuned in, that took time out their morning to join us, man. Talk college football. Enjoy your whole Saturday. Like Marcus mentioned, the recap show at the Maze Man channel after the Michigan State game. And tomorrow, Johnny's Sunday show, the barbershop, the Coliseum, whatever you want to call it. But just be ready when you in there, because it's gonna be a
Facts, Mike Legend.
Trying to action in there.
That's
So,
a fact.
So next week, we out. Big college football show at 11 at 10:45, and we'll see you next